So if you're looking to start a booktube this 2021 and you don't know how to go about it and you've been racking your brains about how to get to start, you are at the right place, because today I'm going to be sharing some valuable tips and tricks on how to start a booktube. So welcome to Booktube101. Grab your notepads, grab your pens, grab your pencils, whatever you need to take down notes, because I'm going to be sharing some tips with you that will help you get started. So let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rachel here. As always, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. You can also like this video so that it is referred to other viewers as well. So today, like I said, from the title of the video, you can see that we're going to be talking about how to start a booktube channel, a YouTube channel for books, anyone you want to call it. And we're going to title this class Booktube101. So before I start, I'm just going to share a little bit about how I came about some of these tips. I've been creating content on my YouTube channel as a booktuber since February 2020. That's over a year now. And it's been really an amazing experience and journey for me. If you've subscribed from the beginning, that's awesome. If you've just subscribed, that's great as well. But I've learned some valuable tips along the way that have really been life-changing in terms of even growing genuine subscribers, being an African booktuber, a Nigerian booktuber, and just being a booktuber in general. And I know that some of those tips I also got when I first started and did some research, so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. So before we even get into the tips, let's talk about booktube. Everybody always uses the word booktube. And what does it mean to be a booktuber? Being a booktuber means that you basically create content on YouTube about books. However, the book content is going to be, what you focus on is mainly books. So book discussions, author discussions, book reviews, tags and challenges, everything is centered on books, and that's how the name booktuber came about. So if you're creating content on YouTube that is focused on books, then you are a booktuber. So what would be my first tip if you're getting started in trying to start out in your booktube? It would definitely be to do some research first. When I first started, I didn't even really know that there was anything called booktube. I didn't know that there was even a community of people who created content about books or things like that. So I did some research. I found out what people were doing. I also knew that I wanted to stay true to myself, which I'm coming to, but it was helpful to find out some good things by doing some research on YouTube. Research booktubers in general. Obviously, the ones with the most subscribers would definitely pop up. You can also search for booktubers in your area where you live. So if you are an African, or you're a Nigerian, or you're American, or whatever, it's also helpful to look for what booktubers in your areas are doing, how they're able to surmount challenges, and also sort of, subscribe to their channel so you see what they're doing. Also find out what type of videos are usually created on booktube that probably get large traffic or get large following or whatever. But remember, you can always do it your way, but the research will help. The research will help to know what type of videos are usually created, how often you should upload, what to expect from booktube. You will also find the negative side of booktube, which I never knew about. I never wanted to even immerse myself in, and thankfully I have not found myself involved in any controversies on booktube. But apparently there's like a really nasty side to booktube that is not the most healthy, especially for your mental health. But I stay away from all of that. But research will basically let you know what you're getting into in terms of counting the cost of your efforts and your time, and what you're going to have to do when you're creating content in booktube. So my first tip would be to do some research. My second tip would definitely be to start, like, just go for it. There is no right way to go for it. I kid you not, as I'm shooting this video, I've been shooting for over a year and maybe like close to a year and 6 months, and I'm still making videos on my phone, and I use natural light. Sometimes I use the light in my room, and I don't even have a ring light. So just go for it, just start. I know you might be waiting to have the right equipment, the right filming equipment, the right shooting equipment or editing equipment. I shoot videos and I edit videos on my phone and I post them on YouTube. Sometimes I send them to my laptop and then I upload. So there is really no right way to start. Don't expect that your first 30 or 20 to 30 videos are going to be perfect. Just go with it. If you're already good at video creation and content creation or video production, then there's a huge chance that your videos are going to be, you know, of better quality and properly developed. But if you're like me that started out not knowing how to edit videos, or you didn't know how to shoot anything, like, look, just get started. As time goes on, you will definitely get better. The third tip will be to upload frequently, and by uploading frequently, I mean also staying consistent. Now, there was one valuable lesson I learned when I was trying to start my YouTube channel. I used to Google and research how often should I upload as a booktuber, and I would see a lot of videos saying, oh, uploading once a week is fine, as long as you stay consistent and your viewers know to look out for you during that part of the week. But after a while, I did some more research and I saw that that is so not helpful if you are just trying to start out. If you are trying to start out and you want to be consistent, you always want to be in people's faces. You don't want a situation where you stay 1 week and then the next week when you want to post, maybe something happens and you can't post, you wait until the next week, and then you're here 1 week, 2 weeks off, you're not there. People will forget about you. You always have to be in people's faces. And one thing I learned from somebody else's video when she was talking about how often you should post was that, imagine if you post once a week in 1 year, that's 52 videos. But imagine if you post 3 to 4 times a week, which will require a whole lot of hard work and commitment and editing and content creation and coming up with ideas and all of those things. But then if you wanted a video to go viral so that you can get to your subscriber count and watch hours to get monetized, if that's your goal, then you have a higher chance of getting a video to go viral if it's not just 52 videos in a year. Multiply 52 by 3 and you have a chance of having one video in all of those videos at least go viral. And you can record for years and it may not go viral, but then just remember that, look, it's Booktube and this is something else that I'm coming to in a very valuable tip. But for now, it's about uploading frequently and posting consistently. When you're getting into it, you know that, look, for the long run, I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to keep on being in people's faces. People may not subscribe within the first few weeks or months, but if you keep on putting out consistent content, then people are more likely to follow you either on social media or even just subscribe to your YouTube channel in general. And you can grow your subscriber base in a genuine way. So remember to upload frequently and be consistent. But also, it's okay to take breaks and just refresh, revalidate. Like, I'm just coming out from a 1 month break from social media and posting, and I do that occasionally, not because anything has happened, but just to do that, because when you get into a routine after a certain amount of time, sometimes it becomes hectic, it becomes work, and you know, there are other things in life that are going on, especially if you have a 9 to 5 or you have other projects that you're working on at the same time with creating content. So it's good to take a break as much as you want to be consistent so that you don't get burned out. Another tip that I would say is, don't be discouraged, be patient, especially in the first couple of weeks or months. Your subscribership may grow really as fast as you want it to, or it may not. You may not really be getting so many views on the videos that you've put in so much work and you've edited and you're like, yes, people are going to like this. But at the end of the day, you know, it takes a while to learn the whole YouTube algorithm thing, and to be honest, as of now, I haven't really learned the way that whole algorithm thing works, mainly because I don't really have the time, and because I'm at work, I can only do the best that I can do, which is to record my videos, make sure that they're good quality, upload them, work on my thumbnails, you know, things like that. So don't get discouraged in the first few months. Just learn to be patient. If you're entering into Booktube because, oh, I want to make money immediately, then really you're at the wrong place, because it takes a while. Most Booktubers that are making serious money off YouTube, it took a while. You see their channels, they've been on this for like 3 to 4 years, 5 years, 6 years before they really got a whole lot of following, and they've been able to grow their following over time. And sometimes they get sponsorships or paid promotions, or they make money from YouTube ads or whatever it is. So just be patient, believe in yourself, and don't get discouraged, especially in the first few weeks or in your first couple of videos. If nobody's liking, nobody's commenting, you're not getting as many views as you want. Have your own style of shooting videos on Booktube. So it's very easy while you're doing research to see what other people are doing that may not even particularly apply to the area that you're resident in or the area that you're from. And you may want to speak to a particular audience, whether it's the African readers or Nigerian readers or American readers, or there's a particular audience that you want to speak to. So you really have to determine what type of content that you want to create on your channel. If you're copying everybody's style left, right, and center, trust me, eventually you get burned out and you lose the passion. So make sure you make it into your own style. I decided that I was going to be doing independent book reviews on my channel once in a while for books that I really like. Not a lot of booktubers are doing that anymore, but I like talking about books independently. A lot of people just focus maybe on wrap-ups or TBRs or challenges, and come up with lovely new ideas on challenges and readathons to participate in. If that's not your thing, then that's fine, but the most important thing is to stay true to yourself, have fun while you're creating content, and just do what you're passionate about. Talk about books because you really love to talk about books anyways. My next tip would be to have very good camera and a very good lighting system when you are shooting. You don't want your video to come off as dull, and remember I said this can all be done on a phone, on a little tripod. If you don't even have a tripod, you can prop up your books and then lie your phone against the books and open up your windows and let natural light come in. Literally, that's what I have on. I have my phone on a tripod right now that I got, and then I open up my windows, I turn on my lights, and I use natural light to shoot most of the time. Sometimes if I'm not able to shoot during the day, I will close the windows and I'll turn on the lights and I'll just shoot anyways. The most important thing is to make sure that you're putting out good quality videos and you have very good lighting. Even when it comes to editing, you want to be very careful that you don't just have a long stretch of videos that you're just like, oh, you know, yeah, so I read this book, this is what I thought about it, and the video is just going on. This is something that I learned very early on. When you are editing videos, try to cut out the sorry, not sure, unnecessary long pauses that make videos draggy and just boring and long. So you want to have them in like bits and pieces. You can record a very long video, but what you can do is that you can edit it in different short points so that it's going straight to the point, it's hitting hard, it's fast-paced, like people are engaged, they want to know what you're talking about. It doesn't seem like just a long boring rant about some book or something else that you're talking about. You ultimately want to keep your audience engaged in what you're doing, and basically having good lighting, a good camera, and editing very well will ultimately help that as well. Also, something else that I learned when I first started, and I think at that time I had more time because we then eventually entered into lockdown and I was at home most of the time, was to try and engage with smaller booktubers. What you find is that most times a lot of really big booktubers who have a lot of subscribers, they can't really keep track of all the comments that they have on a particular video, and not all of them may take notice if you are trying to, in quotes, befriend them or be part of their communities. So your best bet will be to subscribe to smaller booktube channels that are also trying to grow their subscribers in a genuine way, and you guys can, you know, trade book recommendations, become friends, build a community of your own. Basically, that's what I did. I was able to connect with other smaller YouTubers. I was also able to see what they were doing, people who were in my community and who were African or Nigerian booktubers, and see what they were doing and also learn from them, get book recommendations or things like that. But in doing that, it's also important that you do not spam comments. Don't go and putting the same comment on everybody's video before they will know you as the person who puts the same comments. Like, literally watch their videos, learn something from it or not, agree or disagree, share your views in the comments, and over time they will notice that, oh, this person like always comments on my videos, is literally part of my growing community, and you guys can form a friendship. Whether it will be beyond booktube community or not, it's totally up to you. My next tip would be whenever you're doing reviews or you're doing challenges or whatever it is, there's a popular book that has come out on Booktube and you want to share your thoughts on it, but you've seen that maybe your Booktube mentors have a certain view on a particular book or on a series of books. Please, by all means, share honest reviews and articulate your thoughts in the way that you know how to best. There is no particular way of doing a book review on Booktube. There is no particular way of participating in a challenge, except that challenge or readathon has its own rules. But make things yours and just learn as you go along. But do not like lose yourself because you're trying to get views or you're trying to be controversial or because you want people to like say, oh yes, I like what she's saying. You don't always have to like suck up to what people expect you, the kind of views that people expect you to have when you're reviewing a book or talking about a particular book. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. If you didn't finish it, you didn't finish it. Even if 1,001 people disagree with you, you should be able to stand on what your own truth is. Also, in doing that, I think whenever you read books, yes, there will be Booktube recommendations, yes, there will be books that would be making the rounds that are popular at different points in time, but read what you love. Ultimately, you love to read and maybe you love to talk about books. That's why you want to be on Booktube. But just read what you love and share your thoughts on it. You'll be surprised. You know how many, there's like so many people that use YouTube at different points in their lives and are always looking for resources, looking for thoughts on books that they've read that maybe they feel other people don't like to read. Share your thoughts on it and you'll be surprised at how many people will connect with you and also share their thoughts on them. So ultimately, still stick to what you love, stick to the genres that you love. of explore new ones, yes, but basically don't lose yourself while you're creating content in the booktube space. My last tip would be definitely to have fun and enjoy the process. You're creating content, you're talking about books. I'm assuming that it's something that comes easy to you, or something that you're passionate about, something that you really love to do. So just have fun as you're doing it. Just enjoy yourself. Stay true to yourself. Be patient. Be consistent while you upload. Realize that it's hard work. It's not just about sitting down in front of a camera and talking about books or whatever. You have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional about creating content. Another bonus tip that I would suggest is when you're creating videos, try as much as possible to create a bunch of videos at once so that you can spread them out during the week. That's typically what I do. I create, like, maybe in a weekend I can create 3 to 6 videos, and I spread them out across 2 weeks in case work gets me choked up and I'm not able to create anything the following weekend, so that I can ultimately stay consistent at what I'm putting out. So just remember to have fun. You will be surprised at the type of friendships or networking that you make in the community and everything like that. Just enjoy the process of growing. Eventually, if you get to your subscriber milestone, or you maybe hit that monetization mark, then that would be awesome. Like, that would be great. But all the while, just enjoy the process till you get there. Another bonus tip will obviously be to not compare your booktube journey with somebody else's. You're always looking at somebody who has 50,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers, and this person has been putting out content for at least 3 years, 4 years, when you weren't putting out content. You have just started. Focus on your own journey. Focus on your own consistency, uploading frequently, the quality of your videos. Focus on the content that you're putting out there and the audience that you intend to reach, and you will definitely go far. At least I'm learning so much from putting out content. Sometimes I'm not the most consistent, other times I'm really consistent, but I'm enjoying the journey all in all, and I'm hoping to, you know, reach whatever milestones and goals that I've set for myself as time goes on. So if these tips have been helpful, please let me know in the comments. If you're looking to start a booktube, let me know in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.